Hi, sir. Find everything you needed?
Yeah, this should have been out to it.
These are, hollow point rounds, sir. I didn't know we stocked these. Do you have your points card?
No.
Oh, hey, did you want to join our rewards program?
I mean, what do I get out of it?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
You're here, huh? Took you long enough.
Humble Monthly is a subscription service where you can get a bunch of video games for $12 a month.
Oh yeah?
Sir, you haven't paid for those
Tell
yet?
me more.
This month, Early unlocks her Sniper Elite 4, Tales of Berseria, and Staxel or Rise of the Tomb Raider.
That sounds like a steal, David. How would I find such a deal?
Just head on down to humble.pleasestopshopping.com now.
I don't care how convenient you make the URL. I'm not buying your fucking games, David.
By using the link in the description, you'll support the podcast and the sharks.
You know, David, I've been thinking a long time about why you're doing this to me. But at the end of the day, I just don't care.
I am so going to get coached for this.
Welcome to the podcast. Unplugged. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Please Stop Talking. I am your host, Avery, but you might know me better as... but you might know me better as Shammy. I'm joined today by the beautiful, the incredible Punk Doc 007.
I'm okay.
I'm glad. What happened? Did you fall?
No, move on.
I think he dropped the guitar. Oh, God. We're also joined today, the return of the man himself, Sexy Cameron.
Hey!
That's also known as Brendan.
Yeah, it's me.
Also, first time, your voice got deeper the second we started recording. I want you to know that I noticed that.
I have to turn on YouTuber mode. Like, I have to make sure it's on. I gotta flip the switch.
Okay. And then, first time guest, Trelli.
What's up, gamers?
I couldn't think of anything to say about you. I'm sorry,
It's
Trelli.
alright, I'm pretty lackluster as is.
I got put on the spot by myself, and it was kind of fucked. I don't know why I would do that to me.
You couldn't think of one thing to say about me?
You want me to call? I mean, listen, I could think of a few things, but they were all like derogatory, like Smite YouTuber,
Oh, God.
streamer on Twitch.
Smite YouTuber's a slur, and I want nothing to do with
exactly.
it.
Think I'm gonna call you a YouTuber, idiot?
Oh, God, I don't deserve that title
What are we
either.
fucking talking about? Yeah. What are we doing?
What?
Do it. Do it.
You know what we're doing.
Let's start off.
Four of us.
Oh,
What's up?
sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, no,
Brendan,
never
you
mind.
Intro it.
Ignore
no,
me.
Brendan.
The four of us went on a little bit of an adventure together. As friends, as comrades, we've grown stronger, and from our bonds, we've grown bigger and better than ever before. And now
We
we're
sure
back.
have grown as characters.
We sure are pretty great now.
I like that you do your fucking D&D voice to introduce a trip we took to Colorado. It was pretty good.
It was pretty
Yeah.
epic.
It
Oh, God.
For some of us, it was more epic than others.
I mean, I learned how to pwn life from this trip. I just want to let you guys know.
I
Did
learned
you?
to get my balls fondled.
Hey, up top! My man.
Are we leading with the ball fondling?
I
Sure.
mean, I didn't think it was going to be as big as it was. And
Yeah?
I was more
It
surprised that
definitely wasn't.
What?
I got
Right about
small
to hit.
balls. Yeah, go ahead, Trelli.
I was just surprised at how many people weren't about it. So I just
Yeah.
want
Well, it's not that people weren't about it. It's more that people didn't know about it.
No, that's not
And
true.
then
They
there
did
were
know
some
about it,
people who
and they
were
were all,
opposed to it.
like fucking Greg.
Greg was
Really?
opposed to it. Yeah,
He was
Greg's
like-
opposed to ball
He's like,
fondling.
he's like, nah, dude.
Greg loves women so much he won't even let him touch his penis. He thinks it's degrading.
Exactly.
Like,
Greg,
blowjob? Whatever, dude.
I completely missed this. I must have been like doing nothing while you guys were doing this
You were
event.
vaping outside.
No, we had this conversation outside. Brenda
No, we
was
did
there.
have it outside. Yeah.
No, we
Yeah,
had it downstairs.
No, we didn't.
I talked about ball fondling
You might
more
have.
than
You might have introduced the conversation. Listen,
I
I
talked
talked about ball fondling a lot.
more than I
Yeah.
care to admit.
Trelli, you might have initiated the ball fondling conversation downstairs, but it eventually migrated to outside.
I mean, I
That's
I
100%
definitely
how
heard
it
about it
happened.
outside.
I heard about it outside, and that's when I leapt to your defense because everyone was like, "You're a freak getting your balls fondled."
No,
Can
it's
we
not even
explain what
that.
this means?
Yeah,
Can we
okay, so ball fondling, when you're receiving fellatio and or a hand job, I guess, if you're 12, they just like,
Wait.
What's
Go
up?
ahead.
No, we got another story about that later, Ed. Don't
Oh,
worry.
God, okay.
Trelli does.
What?
What?
Never mind, 12-year-olds. Never mind. Fucking go on.
Okay.
It'll come back up.
Jerked
Don't
off
worry.
when he was 12?
Awkward
Unbeknownst to me?
segues. Anyway, so yeah, I opened it up downstairs and to the floor, to the general public. It's like, you guys ever just had your balls fondled, like in a sexual way, not in a weird way, obviously. And they were just like, a couple people were like, yeah, I'm ticklish, no. And Avery, of course, my man, was like, yes, absolutely, that's
It's
the
the
shit.
shit.
And
It's
I'm
the
like,
shit.
I was like, dude, it has me reaching for shit that's not there, you know, like my soul is
You
getting
enter
sucked
another
out.
plane of reality.
Exactly.
It's like,
I remember this. No, I was there for that because I said I didn't
Yeah.
like blowjobs.
Yes, you
Yes.
did. You did say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
you said
And then-
that in 5 years, no blowjobs?
Yeah, because my dick's too big.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
also what he said. He said it was too wide, is what he said.
It's like a cheese
Big,
wheel.
meaty, wide dick.
Oh, what? Like a
I'm pretty sure I stole that from someone who was on the Redneck Comedy Tour.
I'm pretty sure you also just made Ed vomit in his mouth because there's Ed's two least favorite things on the planet are penises.
For some reason, instead of
cheese.
that, I'm picturing that thing that happens when you. Okay. Oh wait. Oh, you guys are circumcised. You don't know what it feels like.
You fucking cirkies. That's what they
Ed,
call
you're a
us.
daywalker.
You
Ed,
sneaky cirky.
Ed, you're a daywalker. You don't count either.
Yeah, you're half circumcised.
Yeah, I'm like.
You're a daywalker. You're like Blade.
No, fucking. What's his name?
Hang on.
I'm the logic of penises.
Bobby biracial.
Yeah, Bobby by foreskin.
Ed also masturbated one time before he was 16. And he was
What?
like, didn't like that.
Yeah. No, it's no. Wait, I didn't say that. I just said it was weird.
No, you guys want to know something worse than that? I was like, what's all this jerking off hubbub? You know, like what's all this about? So what? I didn't even have porn. I just literally laid down in bed and just tried for so long. And then when I got to the point, I thought I was having an asthma attack, and I stopped.
Yeah, dude, I got scared too. I was reading.
Terrified.
I was reading Cheerub, and there was like a chapter with two chicks in the forest, and I started thinking, what if they started making out? And then I closed the book. And then, like, I did that, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking horrible. I never did it ever
You just said you didn't say it was bad.
I
And then
mean-
you repeated the story you told me where you said it was bad.
Anyway, back to
Well, I mean,
the
at
whole-
least I wasn't 16. I was 12. Like, what the hell
Yeah.
were you doing?
Let's
Ed?
get back to basics. Let's get back to ball fondling.
No,
Correct.
wait, before we go back to ball fondling, the whole thing of Brendan saying his dick looks like a cheese wheel. Like, if you're not circumcised and you jerk it a lot, some of the fucking
Yes,
residue,
there's gunk.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm picturing
Yeah.
what happens when you don't
what?
clean your dick and then you pull the skin back all the way. and
We
it's
know
just-
what smegma is.
I mean,
Yeah, it's the
I've heard of like gooch cheese, but I didn't know there was. I have heard of dick
You've
cheese.
heard
Never
of dick
mind.
cheese.
I
There's
have.
no way
You're
you
right.
haven't heard of dick cheese.
I have. Right as I said it, I was like, wait, no, dick cheese, right? Sorry.
Dick cheese is a danger of hitting a reload, so of course you're aware of it.
The old Canadian handshake with the
Oh,
lads.
yeah, one of those.
One of those everyday scenarios. All
But
right.
anyway, ball fondling.
Yeah. I mean,
Anyhow.
there's not really much to that story.
Well, no, that there was, because I was like, Ed, you heard of this shit? I mean, yeah. And he was just like, nah, bro, what's that all about? And I was like, I reminded him probably, I want to say 6 times, like, listen
Yes.
to me. I was like,
Yes.
next time you have the opportunity, try it. And I was like, Ed, look at me. And we had like, I was like, I'm not fucking with you. I was like, this is gonna change your life. And for like, because, wait, can we? talk about? Yeah. So, anyways, so I was like, and then the days leading up to when Ed's girlfriend was arriving, I was like, dude, fucking try it. Trust me.
He was reminding me so much. I swear I had like this one phone call with my deathly sick grandmother, and I looked over and Trelli was just on the couch, like just mouthing the words ball fondling while grabbing his sack.
No, I wasn't grabbing my sack. I was like, imagine like, like when you.
I feel like you were miming it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I was just rubbing my fingers. Like if you just listen ever so slightly, I was just like, imagine like rubbing 2 coins together. Like, you like that shit? That's
disgusting.
That's just the general like the sign language for ball fondling is just like, yeah.
Is it?
I think that most people know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, no. I would think you were rubbing 2 coins together.
I mean, what are you? You mean 2 coins? You mean like 2 plums? You know what I'm saying?
You said coins. I'm so confused now.
I just feel like coins could be. Never mind. Anyways,
I feel like everyone has coins. Everybody has
do you
plums.
plum-sized balls?
you don't? Wait, who's the weird one? I'm confused.
How big is a plum? Hang on a second. I
No,
gotta do
they're
some
big.
research.
They're definitely big.
Yo, nice, Trelli.
Plums aren't subjective. They're big. That's true. But anyways,
Plums aren't subjective.
What the fuck was that sentence?
I'm just saying, like, they're big for anyone. Like, no matter how big of a man you are, plums are big to be compared to testicles. Plums are always big. Like, no matter how big you are.
Unless you have like elephantitis.
That is true. Then they are small.
What is? Just move on. I don't want to know. Go ahead.
Never heard of Okay, yes. So I was like, I'm sleeping on the couch, right? And I wake up, and Ed comes down the
At like
stairs.
3 a.m.
Ed comes down the stairs, just radiating, and I was something told me to look up, and he's just like, Trelli. I was like, yeah. He's just like, yo, you weren't fucking around, and I was like, yeah. I just got the best.
I didn't know he did it.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean,
Suck my ass. Move on.
yeah. So I was just like, oh yeah. So I was like, I converted someone. I was happy because so many people were like, bro, I'm ticklish. I'm not about it. And Avery was the only one that was like, I agree.
Because I had experienced it. I knew about the 5th dimensional plane.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's
like, it puts you on some new wavelengths, like some Rush shit. Like it's nuts.
Basically, how I was. You guys, Trelli, I don't know if you've played it, but all of you other guys have played Dark Souls, yeah?
Yeah.
You know that emote collapse? That was me at the end. Like just on my knees, spaghetti arms, just looking down, so sad, but jubilating.
Thinking about
I
Robin
mean, remember
Williams?
we were talking about like someone.
Did you just say thinking about Robin Williams?
Yeah, should we talk about that since we're on the subject of sex anyways? Who cares?
Sure. Do I
Ed, do
talk
you wanna-
about it?
Yeah, you should absolutely talk about it.
Okay, so I have a problem, which I hate. Which I know when I talk about it, a lot of people are like, ah, you lucky dog, this is pain. Everyone hates it, I hate it, she hates it. I can't bust. Ever.
What do you mean, Ed?
What I mean is, I can bust when I'm the maestro of my own orchestra, but when it's somebody else holding the reins, nothing happens.
Are you referring to ejaculation, Ed?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't mean like breaking into a bank.
Yes.
I just can't
Or like
bust.
sculpting a bust. I just can't do it.
Can't grow breasts either. You are indeed, speaking of ejaculation.
Shut up. Oh my god.
Come on, I got like 3 more bits for this.
I got so many.
Go on.
But yeah, so I basically the ultimate like way to describe this is I have had to fake orgasms on 3 separate occasions.
I have
because it would get to a point where I'm just like, we're going at it for like an hour. We're both tired. We're both not enjoying it anymore. We're both sweating. Just like, if we keep going, we're just doing it because we fucking hate each other. So at which point I'm like, okay, we've reached that state. So I just go, oh God.
Ed also carries around a syringe of petroleum jelly with him at all times. To pretend that
He keeps it hidden where the sun don't shine so he can reach it easily in the act.
I'll be like, oh God, and I'll start like fake wheezing, and she's like, oh, was it good? And I was like, oh, you're damn right it was. Don't look at my dick though. And then I'll just like limp away like a gorilla and throw the condom away just so she doesn't see it. But yeah, the problem with that is I can't stop my brain from going anywhere whenever I'm doing anything. So mid-sex, I could just get triggered by the lightest fucking thing, and I'll start thinking about the saddest shit. The best example of this was like a couple days after Robin Williams passed away, my ex came over. So while we were like doing the do, I was just thinking like, why'd you have to go, man? Why you?
I'm so sad.
Genie's gone, man. Genie's gone.
I think my favorite example you gave though was not Robin Williams, but when you were just like miming, like thrusting in the air and just being like, man, fuck, Brexit's gonna fucking wreck so many things.
Oh yeah, that was it.
How am I gonna visit the UK?
Yeah, like that's what it was. Am I gonna need I can't even use my passport in England anymore. I gotta get like a special thing. God, the pound is worth pennies.
And she's just like, you're just on top first, like, babe, how'd you get a chalkboard in here? And it's just writing notes.
Wait, why are you Charlie all of a sudden?
Oh, I bet Charlie would love that actually. Like chalkboard mid-sex.
If you started, well, no, not just a chalkboard, but if you started talking about Brexit and the economic, like back, whatever.
Like
the fuck.
he'd bust, but I'd stay the same.
Oh yeah, he'd break into all kinds of things.
I think we might have just cornered the market, like sex Pictionary, like dictionary.
No, there's already a dictionary, Trelli.
Oh, right, with the words. My bad.
Jesus fuck. Where do we? Okay, so at what point do we start
we
telling?
even have any other stories? I think the podcast is over.
Let's talk about the bear.
Oh,
Okay.
not in front of
there's not much
Trelli.
to say. We saw a
We
bear.
saw a bear, yeah.
There we go.
I mean, three of us
Did
saw
we?
a bear.
I just feel like one of us didn't see a bear.
The most
Okay.
pro bear boy here.
I'm
there were a
pro
couple-
bear as fuck.
There were a couple more things we had to mention, and one of them is European listeners might recognize this. We played a drinking game called Ring of Fire.
It's called King's Cup in America.
Who cares? And
Okay.
Avery had a ton of fun with this game.
Avery was fine. Trust me.
Can we talk about how, like, that night, but, like, every night it felt like Avery and I switched our alcohol tolerance levels?
Yeah, it was
like,
good. We were swapping back and forth.
It was like Freaky Friday switching back and forth.
Like first night, in fairness, I drank way more than everyone else because Kyle fucking blows. So explain the game, Ed.
Well, what's up? I mean, technically, you and Kyle drank the same amount.
No, because I had to drink more than Kyle.
No, because Avery was
Every waterfall
he
started
was hooked
where
to
Kyle
two
went
people,
before
wasn't
me.
he?
Oh, no. I remember what Avery did. Avery was like, I was telling people about all the rules, and then Avery pointed at me and went, I got to sit to the left of you. And I went, okay.
I
And
wanted
then
to
as
get
soon as we
fucked.
sat down, Avery
No.
went, wait. I meant the other one.
The other left.
So you should explain why I said that and why that was a
So
mistake.
one of the rules. So to sum it up as fast as possible, King's Cup or Ring of Fire is basically the Mario Party of drinking games. It's a circle of cards in the middle of the table, and each style, what do you call it, kind of card?
Suit.
Every suit, yeah, thanks. Represents a
back,
different
brother.
mini game you have to do.
Well, suit and number.
Please. And then
It's important. What? Because you're about to start naming numbers.
And then, no, I'm not going to explain all of them. Basically, the two ones you got to know about is that every time a king gets picked up, you fill a cup in the middle full of whatever, and then the guy that gets the last king has to drink all of it. But there's also another card, and this is the one that kind of fucked Avery over, which is Waterfall, which is the guy that gets it starts drinking, and then everybody else starts drinking, and you can only stop when the person to the right of you stops drinking. And then Avery was like, yo, big brain gamer, I'm gonna sit to your left, Ed. Fuck you. And yeah. Again,
In
So eight.
Colorado, your left is actually your right. So
Yeah,
that's what we
in
fucked up.
Colorado.
it's one of those liberal things. Yeah.
We should also explain 8 is mate, which means if you draw an 8, you can pick someone, and every time you have to drink, they have to drink. And Kyle got that like immediately and was like, Avery, because I know you have a horribly low alcohol tolerance and your blood is thin as shit right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Avery, did you know that drinking 3 beers at this
Oh my
altitude
God.
is like
Do you want to talk
drinking
about that guy?
real quick?
Wait, we're not done yet.
Okay. I was really hoping we were done. We didn't need to go through the rest of it.
No, because you did so much funny shit. What do you mean?
Oh, God.
We definitely have to talk about
Okay,
this.
fine. Go ahead.
So, like, I want the optimism he wants to say halfway, but really it was a third of the way into the game. Avery was fucking blasted.
Let's talk
And
about the rule making card.
Oh, yeah. We
Wait,
should
what?
definitely talk about the
Well,
rule-making card.
yeah, there's a card that
Jack.
the queen, right? The
Jack.
queen. Oh,
No,
my bad.
Queen
The
is
Jack.
Question Master. Jack
Yeah.
is you make a new rule.
The Jack makes a new rule. So instantly, someone said that if anyone refers to Brendan as anything but daddy, you have to drink. So if you called him anything like yo, man, anything but daddy, you had to drink. And then also, anytime he said anything at all, any words, anything, we all had to start clapping, and the last person to start clapping also had to drink.
You know what's really hard to do quickly when you're way more drunk than everyone else? Clap.
Start clapping on command whenever you hear Brendan's voice.
Oh, and also we had the rule
I
where
got
you only
way
had
better at calling Brendan daddy the drunker I got though.
Oh. You could also only drink with your left hand, is what we had later.
Yeah.
it's
And I'm
And
right-handed.
Avery, when he's blasted, just gets in people's faces.
Oh, he's
That's
very
only that. That's
aggressive.
literally the only time I've gotten like that while
With
drunk.
the biggest, like, bulged eyes. And he looks like he's gonna fucking kill you.
I've never gotten like that when I'm drunk before in my life. I don't
You're
know what
very
it was that
aggressive.
night.
It
But
was
that
already
night I
bad
was-
then. And then Avery got a card called the Question Master, which is the Queen. What the Question Master does is every time he asks a question and anyone answers it, they have to drink. Unless they answer with another question, then the Question Master has to drink. So what the Question Master does is he makes people forget he's the Question Master, and then he fucks them over.
I got it when I was beyond hammered.
Like dangerously hammered.
Dangerously drunk. Because
Yeah, but you were still so fucking conniving with it.
But no, but that's the thing. Because the second I got it, I was like, no one thinks I have the mental capacity to do this right now. They're all so worried about me. I'm gonna make some people.
You asshole!
I'm gonna make some people fucking drink tonight.
Because you were directly across me, and you just go, and I'm like, can you look away? And you're like, dude, I'm fine. And I'm like, okay, can you be fine like anywhere else, please? Like, you were just aiming your projectiles at me, and I was like, dude, just please stop. You're
I
like,
did vomit from
I'm
drinking
fine.
for the first time in my entire life that night. That is true, but that comes later.
But this leads me to my favorite part of the entire night, which is when Avery was almost throwing up and then he didn't, and then he went, I really need to lie down. And then he went under the table.
I didn't. I
curled up.
rested my head on the table. You were changing what happened.
But no, you went under the table, Avery. This
No,
happened.
I didn't. No, I did
No,
not. Because
yes,
I
you
still
did.
remember this part. I don't
No.
remember everything that happened, but I distinctly
Avery,
remember this part.
Please listen to me. This happened. You went under the table and tried curling up into a ball. And then the moment you were done doing it, you went, okay, not doing that. And then you got up.
But the thing is, we'd be like, Avery, are you okay? Like, what the hell? And Avery would be like, he would ask some like question
How
like,
much did I drink? You drank too much, man. Fucking drink, pussy.
I was only thinking about questions at that point. I did not have anyone's self-interest in mind. Not mine at all. Like, mine least of all.
I think you only did this with me because I was sitting next to you. Every time you fucked me over and then you'd be like, fucking drink, you'd get so close to my face. Like our noses were touching. And I had to like lean back because I thought you were going to beat the shit out of me.
I don't know what happened that night. I don't know why I got like that.
That's the thing, though. It's like anytime anyone like answered your questions, you would just get real personal, like, you absolute fucking piece of garbage, you better drink. This is why your mother left you. Like, okay, man, I got it. Like, it's just a beer, man. It's okay.
Yeah, like we were all like, the rule is you just take a sip of beer. They'd be like, fucking drink, bitch. I'll be like, okay, I guess I will.
That's another thing. I was like, because it was like, you're supposed to take a proper drink, not just sip. That's what you said at the beginning. I was the only fucking person who wasn't taking pussy sips.
I was also doing that.
Yeah.
I was being very conservative for sure. I wasn't.
Sack of
I
shit,
definitely
Trelli.
wasn't. I mean, yeah, I am first of all, but I definitely wasn't chugging that shit. Oh man,
I took big drinks.
I watched. You guys were like, it was like, because the first chug, like wherever, like you know, where everyone starts chugging, and then right when the person to the left of you stops drinking, you can stop.
I almost finished 2 beers.
They were both just having a big dick contest and were just chugging. I was like,
It wasn't a big dick contest. I couldn't stop until after Ed.
yeah, but you after I'd finished, you kept going, and whoever was next to you, I forget. It was like Charlie,
Because
and
Brendan was next to me.
You finished you finished your drink, and he goes to drink. He goes to stop yours, and you put your finger up in his face. You go no, and you get another beer.
And
You open it,
another.
and then you keep chugging. You're like, nope, I'm not done.
And I almost finished the second beer.
You were like, you're like, no, not yet, bitch. You're like, watch me chug this shit.
Watch me chug this shit, daddy.
I remember being pretty silent after the talking rule because I didn't
were.
want to like ruin everybody.
Yeah, but every single...
Yeah. You said you felt bad, and I was like, all right. So when I got the card, I was like, okay, let's remove the
But
bread.
then I was
You're
like, no, don't.
You're like, I like having power.
I like
okay,
having.
man.
I like being a benevolent daddy. That's.
I wasn't gonna remove the daddy rule, just the we didn't have to drink when you talked rule.
Like having the
you
voice
did-
of God.
Yeah, you
The
won.
voice of God, everyone applauds or they have to drink. These are the rules. I've read the Bible. If you start hearing
that's-
voices, you should absolutely start drinking or clapping, whichever.
To be fair, I think that's an accurate simulation of watching my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Every time I
Well-
talk, you have to clap and drink.
Anyway, that was the first day.
First day. Remember every subsequent day where it's like,
No.
guys, let's not drink tonight.
And then we drank.
Speaking of drinking, I want to talk about the dude who every time we went down to get beer, we saw him like 4 and 5 times, and every single time we saw him, he said, you know, drinking 3 beers at this altitude is like drinking a 6-pack.
At sea
Yeah,
level.
I had
yeah.
3 beers once and I was gone.
Literally, like, exact same, like, phrasing, words, delivery, everything. I felt
Yep.
like the simulation was crashing around me and he was an NPC. It actually fucked me up a little bit.
Oh, speaking of people we met, yo, Brendan, you want to talk about Knife Guy?
Oh God, I have 2 stories about people we met. First off, the guy in the little like curio shop that I like, he like stuck to me and spoke to me for like 15 minutes while you guys were outside.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
the
right,
guy who
when
worked-
you were
the
buying,
guy who
when you
worked
were
in,
buying the dice, yeah.
So this
yeah.
guy, like, so we walked into the shop and this guy made like eyes at everyone, and I have a lot of retail experience, and he made the like suspicious eyes because it's a group of 20 somethings walking into a store, and everyone was, you know, suspicious as fuck looking because we're, you know, 20 somethings, and we walk through, I buy some stuff, I go up, I'm pretty sure, did anybody else buy anything? I don't know.
I bought a magnet for my mom.
I bought
bought-
a $50 rubber band gun.
I bought like some dice so we could play D&D because I wanted to do a one shot, and I was
Oh,
wearing
yeah,
my I have a really cheap Mass Effect Andromeda hoodie that I like because it has holes in the fingers, and I feel comfortable while I'm in it. I feel protected like I'm in the womb. So I was talking to this guy. Mommy issues aside, talking to this guy was so aggressive with me. He's like, he made like a reference to Mass Effect Andromeda, and I just completely went over my head because I've only played it for like 20 minutes. And then he's like, if you don't get that, you have no right to wear that hoodie. And I'm like, what? Oh, that's right, I'm wearing the Mass Effect hoodie. Yeah, I got this when I worked at GameStop. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I worked at GameStop. Oh yeah, what'd you do? I worked in loss prevention for 8 years." I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And he said, "No, it's not cool. I was responsible for over 600 people losing their jobs. They called me the devil." Like, okay, all right, okay, you're the devil. And then he became one of those people that I hate.
Can I just buy my dice, dude?
Can I just buy my dice? So this guy, like. Then he like chilled out because he realized that I worked retail and I didn't care. I'm not going to steal anything from his shop. He mellowed out.
I thought you were going to say he realized I was extremely uncomfortable talking to the devil.
Like maybe talking to the devil, maybe. So then he was just one of those people that I hated at GameStop, and I absolutely despise this. Is when someone comes up and they just start talking about all of the video game consoles they own and all of the retro consoles they own and how cool it is that they own all these retro consoles and all these games, and then they talk about their setup, they show you their setup, they don't shut up. Yeah, I have this entertainment cabinet, it's got all these, I got the Magnavox Odyssey, I got the Pong cabinet. I don't care. I don't give a flying shit. I don't care about your fucking retro games. So then I left.
You don't care about his N64s of 7 different colors?
Oh, I do not give a flying shit about his special Pokemon Gold and Silver N64 that he got. I do not care. So that was an experience, and I absolutely fucking hated it. Then the other encounter, David and I went on an adventure because I wanted to buy some vape supplies, and I thought that maybe this tiny town would have some somewhere. So we went on a little adventure. David is, at this point, incredibly drunk.
This is at 11 a.m.?
Yeah, this is 11 to 12.
Because of the Mexican place.
Yeah, we went to a Mexican restaurant, and David ordered a margarita, and he took one.
No, David, me, and Charlie.
David, that's not important for the story, is it?
No, it is, because I have a little thing I just want to mention.
Well, David ordered a margarita, and he took one sip, and he went, "That is straight tequila."
Yeah, to be fair, that was... Like, I've never had margaritas, but that definitely didn't feel like anything but tequila.
Yeah, no, it was a tall, it was not a margarita glass. It was just a regular, like, glass for soda.
Oh, yeah.
And so David starts drinking it, and he's just complaining about how it's nothing but tequila. And he's like, "I'm not going to finish this." And then I think, was it Charlie who called him a little bitch?
Oh, God.
No, Charlie called me a little bitch. What Charlie did, he came up to me and he was like, "Yo, Ed, did you study medicine in college?" And I went, "No, Phil, why?" "Because you're nursing that drink." And then I looked him in the eyes and I fucking finished it. That fucking asshole. Fuck you, Charlie. And then David looked at me and he went, "You're fucking stupid." And then I said, "How about you finish it too, pussy?" And then he did.
Yeah. But so the thing is, David's very small.
Yeah.
David was blasted. So I was like, "Anybody want to go on this adventure with me?" And he looked at me and his head like swiveled around like a bobblehead doll. And he's like, "Yeah, I'll go." So we went around and we couldn't find anything. So we took the ride back. And are we allowed to say like the gondolas?
Yeah, you can say gondolas.
Okay, we were on the gondolas, and there were these people that got on. It was a family. It was a mom, a dad, and a son. And the son sat right next to me, and David was right next to the dad and the mom. And this kid pulls out a pocket knife. And the dad, stepdad, Uncle Robbie, I don't care, was talking to him, and he's like, "Oh man, that thing's pretty sharp." And he grabs the pocket knife from the kid. He's like, "I bet I could shave my leg with this." And he just starts cutting the hair on his leg in the middle of this gondola ride. And it looks like they're just looking with violent eyes. David and I are just David's just eyes wide open. I'm on Twitter like, "Oh my God, I don't want to die." And then this guy, like, robots, turns over to me and just starts asking us personal questions. And I panic, so I just start talking about YouTube and stuff. And I don't know why, but for some reason when I panic, I just start talking about internet stuff. And so this dad, uncle, whatever, or look me up on their phone and then subscribe to me.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
I just
never stops networking, this
guy. David and I get out and he just looks at me and he's like, "Brendan, why the fuck did you do that?" And I'm like, maybe they'll listen to the podcast.
Oh God, what if they do?
No, you called him a weird robot. And he'll come for you and he'll shave your legs.
I just imagine for some reason, like when you sit like a weird guy on the gondola shaving his leg and asking you personal questions, just sitting there like with a pocket knife cutting his leg hair. He looks over, he's like, "All right, so who'd you vote for?" And it's just like,
Is it weird that I was picturing Dave?
Dave just like, "Hey, you ever got your balls fondled, kid?" Like, sir, please don't ask me that. Balls.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yo, David, cut this. Thanks, sweetie. I love you.
David, leave that part in though.
What?
And that part.
And that part.
Stop.
Do we have any?
Well, my favorite gondola story is, and I think you guys all forgot, but I remembered. So the gondolas had this thing where like, if there's not enough people in it, you get put in a bunch of randinis flood the gondola. Anyway, here's my gondola story. So the gondolas have this thing where if you're not an entire group of people, if you're just a couple dudes, a bunch of randinis start flooding it, like in Pikmin.
Yeah.
And it was me, Avery, David, I think it was Brendan, I'm not sure, either Brendan or Trelli, and two very nice ladies in the gondola.
Oh,
we
it
were
was
just
me.
talking.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking all some of us saw a bear. Trelli didn't get to see a bear. It was like some does here. And then we're just, everything's going great. Like we're sharing a couple laughs. It's all a little bit of banter, as the Englishmen say it. And then I forget what Avery was talking about. Oh no, he was talking about one of his friends. Avery was talking about one of his friends, and he was like, "Yeah, one of my friends went to a college there. What's his name? I can't fucking remember.
I was there. No, that was me. I was there.
What was his fucking name?" Avery did this 3 times, and I was dying.
It was right after the lady was telling us about how her little kids, like her children, were getting back from baseball practice, and it's like, oh, teenagers, and then Avery's just like, what was it? I can't fucking remember. Fuck,
I have a friend that lives there. What's his fucking name? I can't fucking remember.
He's like, gosh, I'm sorry, I just can't fucking remember. Then we're all just like,
word for word.
we're all speechless.
God.
I caught myself on the third one. I said, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry."
Well, because I was like giving you the stare down too, because I was like, dude, please.
Oh, I was giving him the stare down too. Like I had my eyes huge and my teeth were like, "Oh, please stop."
I just have a filthy mouth.
You guys, like, the amount of times people said, "Can we hit my wife?" in the middle of a crowded place.
That was Greg. That was Greg.
Can we hit my wife?
Christ.
What was just like David saying he's the son of the devil or something?
Oh God! In the middle of the gondola, David's like, "Oh
with
man,
these very religious women.
I'm the devil."
I'm the
And
devil."
then, the moment the gondola opened, they fucking sprinted out.
Yeah. We weren't even at a stop. They just
They just opened the door and jumped out.
they're like, "We're just gonna get on the next one. We're gonna wait here at the top of this
Yeah, I
mountain."
don't want to be in a box with the devil.
Yeah.
Fucking libtards, man.
Oh my fucking god. I don't have any more
was
gondolas.
good.
Do we have any more gondola stories?
I mean,
Shout out to Greg, man. There's
I've
no
got-
shame in hitting his wife.
Yeah.
What a trooper.
There was me and Chandler
Oh, wait,
were riding.
hang on. I want to talk
sorry.
about something because this is something that fucking everyone started doing on this trip is they just started saying "I'm horny" in a really whiny voice publicly in public.
Yeah.
Quite
Oh
loud.
yeah, in public,
Quite
and they also
loud.
start saying "coom" a lot.
Yeah, can we
Oh,
coo?
God.
And then just
I'm activated.
I'm activated was another one, but the one that really like murdered me was when we were walking down the street and there were people around, and just all of a sudden I start hearing behind me, "I'm horny, I'm horny," and I'm like, shut the fuck. If I fucking what's his fucking name? God, I can't fucking remember. And like looking at you like, shut the fuck up. We're in public. Like, you stop.
Speaking of people that needed to shut up, we should talk about me, you, and Charlie at the liquor store.
I forgot about
Trelli, you missed this one. This one is
Let,
fucking
say,
great.
no, let me tell this story.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
So there's a liquor store in town, and we went there. We went there a few times, But
Many times,
many times. And then on one of the last days we're there, it's me, Charlie, and Ed, and the three of us are at checkout waiting to buy our alcohol. And then, fuck, what? How did you initiate it?
It was you're gonna get ID'd, and cause like they said like they checked Charlie's and they showed mine, and mine says Portugal on it, and they're like, oh, don't worry, I've seen weirder IDs, and then like and then I think he pointed at you, Avery, and he said, oh, you're from this state, and I can't have this one.
What?
Right? And
I don't remember that at all.
no, he was just joking
Yeah.
about your ID not being valid, and I was
No, he
like,
was-
oh no.
No, because he hadn't asked for my ID until you started fucking talking. And then the second,
Oh.
and then you made some fucking joke about,
Okay, no, he made a joke about mine not being valid because it's from Portugal. That's what
Yeah.
it was. And then he turned to you, Avery. Go ahead.
and then Ed was like, oh no, Avery, he's gonna find out you're 13. And no. He's like, what, did you not bring your fake ID, Avery, my 13-year-old friend in this liquor store? I'm not exaggerating. He was like being that explicit.
I was
He was
articulating,
articulating
so slow.
so slowly. And then Charlie looked at him, he was like, dude, shut the fuck up. And Ed was like, what? What does it matter if we're all underage? Oh no. I got a fake ID from Portugal because it has a chip in it, and I know they'll just go, it has a chip, they won't check that. Oh my. And all of us are staring up like, Ed, shut up! Like, and while we're checking out, the like clerk, he sells us the alcohol. It doesn't matter, he sells us the alcohol. And then he looks at Ed and he points at him and he goes, don't do that in a liquor store. I could kick you the fuck out right now and deny you service. Don't do that again.
Yeah. I didn't know, because like in Belgium, everybody just jokes about
In
that
Belgium,
shit.
the drinking
Like,
age is like 7. You drank before you jacked off. Like, I
100%.
I was probably hammered during, too.
did. Well, probably if you were just reading some book and there were two women in the woods and you were like, fuck, I wonder if they're making out. Like while the story is happening.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I had no idea. Then when we left the liquor store, you guys explained that, yeah, people don't joke about that shit.
You
And
can't. They will kick you out.
I mean, I'm not gonna do it again, obviously. I just thought that it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, because that was like the 10th time we've been to the liquor store, so I figured it was fine.
It's a different clerk.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was.
You're a moron.
Oh, fuck.
We told you to stop, like dead serious, like 4 times.
I thought you guys were like, you know, hey, let's do a bit. You know, we're serious, we're pissed. Hey, keep doing it, Ed.
Ed, we're so mad. Please don't stop.
Fucking Christ. What
Yeah,
else?
That was good.
Oh, we have another well, it's not really a gondola story. It's a story that Trelli told us on the gondola. This is not related to Colorado, but I want Trelli to tell this story. It's about your
Which one
friend
are you talking
Morgan.
about? Oh, God. So, yeah.
Wait, hang on, Trelli, before you start, Avery, you sure you want to say Colorado?
I've said Colorado. We've said Colorado.
Oh, is
multiple
Colorado
times.
fine?
Yeah, Colorado's okay.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
alright, yeah, keep going.
All right. So, oh, God. Let me take you guys back to a much simpler time in gaming. Probably, like, what? Back when MW2, like Modern Warfare 2.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Back when Modern Warfare 2 was still like the COD, like Call of Duty. I gotta stop abbreviating. So yeah, a lot of my friends were on it. My friend, just Morgan, his friend name was Morgan, and he liked telling people, you always got those messages like, hey, I'm hosting a 10th prestige lobby, 1600 Microsoft points, and I'll get you to 10th prestige. So like everyone, a lot of people, like no, only really gullible people would join.
Children.
Usually little kids, yeah. So my friend would make a living, not a living, just he would steal kids' money essentially,
Paying
like
his
little
taxes
kids.
within S points.
Make a living.
He would make a
That was
Microsoft
her
point.
full-time job.
Report his MS points earnings to the fucking IRS.
He dropped out of junior high to steal money from children. But anyways, so yeah, he had a bunch of people that he would consistently like. You're like, oh yeah, your Microsoft point card didn't work, so I can't give you 10 prestige. Give me another one. And he had a bunch of these little kids, right, that he would fucking steal their money. And that I thought that was the extent of their relationship, but I was wrong. So
See,
one
this is
day,
the thing I was talking about earlier about the 12-year-olds. It all circled back.
yeah, it always comes full circle. So you can like join someone's like Xbox Live party if it's open. And so usually it's closed and you can't tell they're in a party. But I saw my friend Morgan was in a party and it was open and none of our friends were online. So I'm like, who the hell is he in a party with? So I join and he's playing Xbox Minecraft, right? And I join and all I hear is like just three little kids, like 8 years old. I'm talking like very, very young. We're like 14. So they're like much younger. And they're all playing Minecraft. I'm like, Morgan, what the fuck is it? Yo, what's up, Trelli? How you doing, bro? And I'm just like, what? And they're like, I just hear one of them go, Papa Morgan, is this enough wood for the hotel? And I'm like, what? I was like, did he just call you Papa Morgan? He's like, nah, bro, that's just a joke. Come on, cut that shit out, man. He's like, but Papa Morgan, you said I had to call you Papa Morgan. I was like, Morgan, what the fuck is this? Like, and then he mutes them. He's like, brother, this is so funny, right? This little joke. I told him to do it when you showed up. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't have came in if it wasn't open. Why are they? Why do you have them? You're like he's essentially having these kids call him daddy while they. He's like they're just my slaves, bro. They bring me wood and mining equipment, and I'm just like, what? Like, he just plays with kids alone and has them call him daddy. I was so confused. I didn't question it. I left. It was very uncomfortable for me.
You still talk to Morgan, Trelli?
No, not to this day, unfortunately. I wonder what he's up to.
I don't know.
Probably some nasty
Probably
shit.
some weird shit in Fortnite.
Definitely.
Definitely.
He's trapped in his own basement doing the default dance to Fortnite on repeat.
Oh my god. That's Papa Morgan, my legs hurt.
Papa Morgan, can I stop yet? Get me
Keep
Morgan.
dabbing! God damn it!
Truly is the infinite dab. I don't fucking know where to go from that story.
I mean, where do you go from child slavery? Let me think.
I mean, we've segued from child slavery before on this podcast. That is not a new thing. You were not on that. You were not on that episode.
I wasn't
yeah,
here,
that was the
yeah.
Mandy episode.
Fucking speaking of Minecraft.
Oh, Ed, I want you to tell the Valentine's Day story you told me while we were.
Oh, why?
Because it's really good.
Oh, God.
Yo, shout out to Charlie being a bitch and listening to this story and being like, oh, mine's way worse. And I was like, what's up? Yeah, this girl came over and she was like, wanna bang? And I went, no.
Yeah.
That was trash, Charlie. He was hyping it up
He
so
hyped
much.
it up so much. No, it wasn't even.
Oh,
she was like, "You want to bang?" And I said no, and she invited him
Avery,
over. He went.
Avery, if I tell my Valentine's Day story, you got to tell your pizza story.
Oh yeah, okay, I can do that.
Yes. All right, I'll start. Or do you want to start?
Mine's shorter. I should probably start. So,
Okay, do that.
In college, freshman year of college, I
Oh,
lived in
baby.
this horrible, shitty dorm. I've talked about it before. It was
Wait, Charlie, do you know about this?
No clue
no,
what you're
Trelli.
talking
I don't
about.
think Trelli was not there for this conversation. So,
Good.
freshman year of college, I lived in this dorm called Towers at UT, and I lived on the 7th floor. And every single weekend at Towers, if you use the elevator, prepare to step in or near spilled beer, some other mysterious spilled fluid, vomit, or cans and bottles of just shit, like everywhere. They're disgusting. Because that dorm is just, it's trash, and there's trash everywhere, and everyone pisses in the elevator. But,
Oh, God.
so, I just realized that's not relevant at all. It's just it takes place in the elevator. So I wanted to build the scene. So,
There was a lot of piss
a lot of piss in the
elevator.
elevator. Some
Lot
of
of
it might have
hormones
been
flying
mine,
around.
but
Oh, God.
no. So it's a weekend as per usual. I'm very lonely and sad because I'm in college, and that's what I was like in college. So
Wait, are you saying you're not lonely and sad
I'm doing
now?
great lately, honestly.
Hey,
But,
I'm glad to hear that. Continue.
Yeah, but so in my loneliness and sadness, I do what you do in that situation. I order a pizza for myself and no one else to my dorm, but they don't deliver to the room because the elevator requires like a room key to access. So they just bring it down to the lobby and then they call you and you come down and get it. So I get the call, I go down, I get my pizza, I unlock the elevator, I step in the elevator, it's disgusting. I go up one floor. On the first floor, this like 10 out of 10 ridiculously attractive girl walks in. Like, so fucking stupid hot. Probably the most attractive lady I have ever seen with my own eyes in real life. I'm not kidding.
Why'd you shake so much on lady?
I couldn't figure out what word to use that wouldn't be degrading.
Right.
Because you gotta be real careful. But no, but she was
You're gonna get one of those Polygon articles.
Oh god, yeah. No, so I fucking she starts talking to me, and this is the first time a girl has willingly talked to me at this point in a while. And we're making conversation, we're hitting it off, and we're talking about fucking video games and shit, I forget, I was wearing some stupid fucking video game shirt because I was a loser.
Oh,
and she starts striking
gamers
up.
don't grow old, we level up.
No, it's like I forget what it was. It was like a fucking some logo for a game or something. It was like a Brendan shirt, except like not the Minecraft one with Iron Man on it.
That's a good shirt. I love that shirt.
But she strikes up a conversation about the game because she actually played it, and she was like, we were talking about it, and then it gets to her floor, which is one floor below me. It's the 6th floor, and she looks at me and she looks at the pizza and she's like, looks like a pretty good pizza. I could really go for some pizza right now. And I was like, yep, I'm really excited about it. And then she looks at me and like, she has like this weird expression on her face. And then she waits like 3 seconds and then she goes, all right, see you around. And then she leaves the elevator, and then the elevator doors close and I realize what just happened. And I immediately start mashing the open elevator door button because I'm like, fuck, no! It's been so long!
Come back!
Come back!
I'll give you some V-Bucks.
I'll give you half of the pizza. But yeah, that's pretty much how that story ends. I went back to my dorm and I ate the pizza alone and sad, and I never saw her again.
Wait, it had nothing to do with the pee on the floor?
I was just building the scene.
I was really excited about how the pee would come back.
I thought she was gonna invite you in and you dropped it in the pee or something.
But you introduced urine in the first act. You gotta drink it by the last.
No, it's literally. That's why I said I don't know why I'm talking about the elevator in so much detail. It's just where it happened. Like, it was just in a disgusting elevator is where this happened.
I know too much about that elevator.
I know more about the elevator than I know about the girl.
Yeah, I just know she was insanely hot and somehow knew video games.
I'm usually not attracted to blonde girls, but she was blonde and like fucking astounding. But yeah.
Usually not attracted to girls either. Fucking
it's not even
up top.
true. That's
sorry. I just
Trelli, I know. It's how you are. I understand.
Yeah.
It's like if you hear a woo, you're already high-fiving. It's
100%.
It doesn't matter.
Like
it could be your worst enemy and your hands in the fucking air. Like, let's fucking get it.
Trelli's such a bro. Every time I end a sentence with boom, he throws a fucking party and just high-fives me.
I'm all about the self-esteem, you know?
Right.
I got you guys' back.
Oh, wait. Before I tell this, do you want to... Fuck, we should have used this to segue from my can't bust story. Trelli, you want to talk about me getting cooked in the elevator?
I was going to, but I don't think it's going to be as funny this time. That's what I was going to say, but I'm down. When Ed got absolutely put on the rotisserie while we were in the gondola.
I don't remember what happened. I remember bringing up Robin Williams again and saying Genie's gone, and then Ed's like, that's going to be tonight! That's all it's going to be in my head!
No, what happened was, so we were on
That's not what I said.
What is it what you said?
Yeah, what happened?
Gotta remind you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened was, we were on the gondola, it's late at night, there's no lights on this thing.
Pitch black.
Pitch black, we can't see in front of our faces, we just know we're going up on a gondola. And we already mentioned this, Ed can't focus during sex, and so we all decided to join hands and perform a seance to summon Robin Williams' ghost on this pitch black. Yes, Brendan was Robin Williams. Can you do a short impression for us?
What's up? Hey, how's it going? Hey,
Oh, he's back.
So instantly,
Gondola, huh? Oh man, Trelli didn't see a bear.
Oh my god, that's actually good.
yeah.
I feel like I can bust now, but yeah, go ahead. Charlie.
So yeah, Ed obviously hears the ghost of Robin Williams. He's not too happy about it, so he goes, "I'm not gonna be able to come for a year now." And so Ed's girlfriend's name is Denise, and I go, "Now you know how Denise feels up top, baby." I instantly the whole cart goes fucking nuts. Everyone's yelling, "Oh shit!" You know, air horns going off. And so Ed hasn't said a damn word, made a sound, and someone goes, "Wait, what?"
No, it was David.
Oh, David gets a flashlight. He's like, "What's going on with Ed?" And he puts the flashlight up to Ed's face because we can't see his reaction.
1,000 yards
and
stare.
he just has the 1,000 yards stare, 100%. Not to mention Denise is on the cart, like she is there, and I
She's
expected
laughing.
everyone. To
I think she high fived you.
I think she was like, "Hey, finally, fuck yeah!" But yeah, Ed just had the face of just like, "Oh."
Like, I lost. There's no coming back from this.
I feel like you experienced that with Trelli a lot on this trip. Like day one,
I apologized. I was like, "I'm sorry,
Oh, no,
man."
you don't
30
apologize. I
minutes
didn't
into the
care.
trip, like when Trelli got here and we went to pick him up. We
Oh,
went
that
to the
fucking drink. I was more pissed about the drinks than that.
Easily the smallest drink I've ever seen. Like one of those two sippers, like, "Oh, done, the end." and so I look at his drink and I got the extra large fucking mega can, right? So I just plop it down. It makes the noise when it hits the ground. Put it right next to his, and I was like, "Nothing wrong with average, brother." And he was just like, "The fuck, man?" And I'm just like, "It's all right. You'll finish yours first, and mine will still be here, thick as ever." And he's like, "Can we not do this?" And like for the rest of the trip, I just kept just making, dick innuendos about his small drink. I don't know why. It just kept coming up.
And then even when we got the same drink, and then I fucking drank mine as fast as possible so I can show him how big my cock is. Charlie was like, "I mean, you're just used to finishing first. I understand." I was like, "Damn it! I can't win!"
come into the ring, you better be ready to throw fucking punches, Ed.
I never won with drinks or semen. Never, ever.
But you did. But when you get your balls fondled, we're all
When you
winners.
combine them, everybody wins. Ed, tell the fucking Valentine's Day story.
I will, relax.
You've been avoiding it for far too long.
Okay, so I was 15 and my Demogorgon had not planted inside a young actor from Stranger Things yet. By that I mean I was still a virgin.
That was
I forgot his name.
That was the most Papa Morgan way you could have said that. That was so creepy.
What's the guy's name? Jonathan
name's
Banks?
Finn, but why did you even bring
did
this
you-
up?
Oh,
What are you
right.
doing?
Jonathan Banks is fucking the old guy from Breaking Bad.
What are you? What? Okay. Where are
I don't
Ed's
like
trying
any
to
of
confuse
this.
us. Ed's trying to use gypsy magic to
Ed's
confuse
using
us.
a verbal flashbang to distract from this Valentine's Day
David,
story.
cut all of that out. Just leave the
No.
part where I say Jonathan Banks. I was still a virgin, and I was like 15, and I was dating another girl in my high school. Okay, wild. I had never, before that point, I never had a Valentine's Day where I was in a relationship. I was always sad, just fucking watching a movie or something. Fucking God, I hated high school. And we had started dating like point blank fucking New Year's. So when Valentine's Day hit, we'd been dating for a month and a half, which is perfect. You know, month and a half, that's when you slip it in. That's how it goes.
You were obviously an expert at this point.
Plus
your
Valentine's Day.
Demogorgon.
Plus Valentine's Day is like the women's version of the fucking full moon. So she was like just boiling at the seams, and I was ready to cash in. So we're like in fucking, we're just texting each other back and forth because I'm supposed to go to her place after school. And like, we're like 15, so we don't fucking know what we're doing. So like, oh yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna slap you in the fucking face.
It sounds like you knew exactly what you were doing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pour, I don't know, put LaCroix in your butthole or
I'm
something.
gonna grab your shoulders.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut your fingernails. Something. I want you to look pretty. I just care about you so much. God, I miss it.
What is this?
Anyway, and then like, I'm on my last class, so it's 45 minutes until game time. And then the saddest shit happens. She texts me saying, Ed, I have bad news. My little brother, who's 8 years old, fell down some stairs in school and got a concussion. You can't come over. Fucking heartbreaking. Our hero is devastated.
Curveball out of nowhere. Fuck that kid
Fucking-
for being clumsy.
No, I mean, yeah. First of all, yes. I mean, he wasn't clumsy, was he? I think somebody pushed him or something. I don't care.
You
But
pushed him.
It was her.
But the point of the story is I was sad because I figured, you know, no water in my noodles today.
How
So
many
I just
fucking
Your little
allegories do
sex
you have?
references are so bad, first of all.
No water in my noodles.
Not
I
one
wanted-
of these has
I
landed
want
with me.
you to, like, for a second, picture, like, visualize what that means in sex. No watering for my noodles today.
Yeah,
You know,
noodles
you're not
are
dipping
hard,
your
and then they
Do-
get
do you
soft.
get- do
That's
you
the
get-
opposite of sex.
Do you get flaccid the second you stick it in? Because I think you not finishing has less to do with Robin Williams than you might
Okay.
think.
too much water in my noodles today.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so I messaged my boys and I'm like, yeah, my girl's brother has a concussion. Valentine's Day is canceled. Do you guys just want to like go to Phil's place and get fucking hammered and play video games? And they were all single. So they were like, fuck yeah. So it was me and my friends Phil and David.
Different
We
David.
were all at his place.
Different
What?
David.
Yeah, different David. Yeah. And we were fucking, like, by the time midnight, no, it was like 11 p.m. hit, we were all fucking gone playing, like, every game Phil had on his PS3. And then I get a gift from the heavens. My girlfriend texts me saying, I finally put my little brother to sleep, Ed, and he has a concussion, so he's likely gonna sleep forever. Do you want to come over? And then I reply, yes, I am on my way. And then as I'm tying my shoes, I get a brilliant idea.
A special idea.
Fuck off. God. And then I ask my boys, I turn at them
Who
with
are
the biggest
shit-faced,
fucking
by the
smile
way.
on my face, and I go, guys, do you want to come too? And since they were also shit-faced, because naturally anyone would have said, no, you fucking retard, they said, fuck yeah, let's get it. So they also got their shoes on. We were leaving. Each one of us had a beer in our hands that we were going to finish on the way because it would be impolite to show up with beer. And then a little bonus fact, because we were so blasted, we had to piss. So we were like walking down the street. We didn't want to do it in public because one of our friends like literally a week before got arrested for public urination. So we were all very paranoid. So Phil and David tried to find a spot in this huge parking lot, but I went, parking lots are gay. There's so many people there. There wasn't. I'm not going to do it in a parking lot. Oh, perfect. This huge semi. I'm going to piss behind the big ass front wheel. So I got my little boy out, and he's just and I start pissing naturally. And then whilst it's happening, like behind the sound of the ongoing stream, I start hearing music, and I'm like, what's this about? Is my phone on? Oh God. And then I look up, and it's because the truck's radio is on. And then I look up some more. The driver is in the truck just staring at my cock. Who does that? Who just sits in a truck at midnight and just looks at little boy penis?
Who whips out little
Who
boy
whips out
penis at
little boy
midnight?
penis to piss on a truck tire?
So anyway,
You are in the wrong.
Yeah, you
here.
started pissing on his truck. He's within his rights to watch.
the moment I noticed, I got
This
my
is the law of
fucking
the
mouth
jungle.
open. I have my mouth open because I'm a fucking moron. I'm just like staring at him, and then I zip up and I fuck off. And then I run into Phil and David, who are panicking because they were like, "Bro, we didn't piss either because we tried to go in the parking lot, but we saw a light flicker and we panicked and ran." So neither of us have pissed, and we get to my ex's house, and she's like, What is this? And then the first thing I say to her, my fucking girlfriend, showing up with hammered with two other hammered guys, I go, "Can we please use your bathroom?" And then to speed this up, basically we sit down and we start watching a movie called Snatch. Great movie. And my girlfriend at the time was a smoker. So every 30 minutes she went out to smoke a cigarette, and every time she did that, me and my friends would raid her parents' liquor cabinet.
God, this story makes me cringe so much.
Not even like, you know, Jack Daniels or something. We were raiding the expensive shit.
Naturally, that's what I would assume.
And then we finished the movie, and that happened 3 more times, by the way. We finished the movie. They sensed the vibe, and they left. So it was just me,
perceptive
and
young
my girlfriend.
lads.
Like, are we overstaying our welcome?
Happy Valentine's Day, guys. We're gonna head off though.
Oh no, they did that. They as they left, they're like, "Oh, by the way, Happy Valentine's Day." We're like, "Thanks, guys. You guys are the best."
Well,
God.
I don't think you two were like that. I think one of you.
No, I
was
said
like
that. And then somehow she was still down to like soil ourselves.
God,
so we
that-
went up.
She just took you to the back and you both shit your pants?
She looked at
You
you.
know what
She looked at
soiling yourself is, Ed?
Isn't
It's
it
not
like
fucking.
sinning?
No, it's to shit your pants.
She looked at
Oh.
you right in the eyes and she said, "Can we shit?"
Ed thought that
didn't
was
happen.
sex at the time. He's like, we both just shit our pants,
Oh.
and that's we you get pregnant, right? Like, yeah, that's it. Let's go.
Oh man.
No
So
wonder
doesn't
you
that make me
hated
think of how the-
masturbation.
For some reason, that made me think of the orcs in Fellowship of the Ring. But yeah.
Oh no,
Ignore
no,
that.
I get it. I get it. You're right.
All right, can we
No,
move
you're on
on?
point with that. It's like they
Please.
come out of the. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, like and then Christopher Lee's like, "Oh, but
He just
Oh, hey, it's me.
rest in peace. Rest in peace, Christopher Lee.
What is happening?
Oh,
I don't know why I said that. I'm still delirious. But yeah, we go back to her room, and she's like, we're both naked. And then we're both like, "God, I hate myself." And then a door opens. like extremely naked, extremely obvious what's going on. And then a door opens, and it's like her parents aren't home. Who could it be? It's her little concussed brother.
I love that the story keeps
And he
going.
opens the door and he's like, "I want juice." I'm so tired. And then I was still pretty hammered, so I just laid in the bed and my fucking 3-incher out, like, and just like staring at him with a dumbass grin. What I did, was that illegal? Is that illegal?
What, to be walked in on by a child? I don't think
Yes.
so. You didn't like.
I mean,
actively
I think
show
showing
your
your
dong to
dick-
child. You
I
actively
think
showed
showing
your
your
dong
dick
to
to-
truck driver as a child. That's
Yeah,
illegal.
showing your
Best
dick to the
case
truck
scenario,
driver was
He
definitely where
was
you get
so
hot water.
concussed. He was so concussed that he couldn't tell what was going on.
That's pretty concussed.
But yeah, and then my girlfriend
Also,
leapt
that-
off my back.
I think that him being 8 might have also been a factor. Just confusion.
You're right, yeah. But yeah, fucking my girlfriend did some fucking genjutsu or whatever. She did the wood style substitution, just disappeared, and then reappeared with a robe on. She was like, "Oh, what's wrong? You want apple juice?" And he's like, "Eh." And then I
Christopher
was just like, I
Lee?
have no idea what the
Christopher Lee? Oh,
No, I was thinking about the kid from Ghost Stories.
Oh yeah, no, I feel you.
And then she came back. She was like, "You should probably leave." And that was my first Valentine's Day with a woman. Thanks for listening.
About how you showed brain to 3 separate people that night?
Yeah.
And like,
Oh yeah.
the truck driver, your girl, and her little
the
brother.
most-
That's a record for me personally. I don't
That's
know
like a
about you guys.
variety of
Yeah,
people.
it wasn't even all
Yeah.
at once as well.
Yeah, that's the best part.
What a night.
What a night.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys want to end it
Yeah,
on
I'm
that?
alright with that. I don't have anywhere to go from there. I don't have a story about me. Like,
Hanging brain with
yeah,
kids.
no, I don't have any.
If only there was another story afoot.
What?
Wouldn't that be quite a feat, eh, Ed?
What?
Oh,
Ed.
please.
Come on. One more. One more.
Okay, fine, whatever. Who tells this one? I think Brendan should
So
tell
I was
this one.
probably the least drunk at this point, and we've got 10 boys in a hot tub. Boy soup in a hot tub. 10 boys all in a hot tub. And it is a night. I believe this was after the waterfall game, right?
This was after
Yeah,
the
this
Ring
was
of
the
Fire.
Ring of Fire.
Everyone
night, yeah.
is blasted. And I'm probably the
I should
would
clarify,
like to think,
after I vomited that night, I was on the same level as everyone else. I was fine after that.
but everyone was still at 99%
Oh, yeah.
proof.
Oh, yeah.
Blood is ever clear. David and Ed are in the tub as well, and Ed is just so far gone. He doesn't remember this, but he keeps trying to eat David's feet. And then he does it.
He sucks his
And then
toes.
he sucks David's toes in the middle of the hot tub. And Charlie, the arbiter of all that is pure and good in this world,
That's Greg?
keeps taking. Oh no, it was Charlie.
No,
it
I'm
was
saying
Charlie
Greg
and
is the arbiter of all that's pure and good in the
Well,
world.
all right. Charlie is the warden of all that is good and pure.
Oh yeah, I'll allow that.
Charlie is just taking David's feet away from Ed. Ed is just absorbed. He's in the foot zone. He's in the foot locker.
Ed is gobbling toes at this point.
Ed is this whole night. Ed is in the foot locker. Ed is gobbling toes. He's trying to kiss every boy. Ed has decided that the Colorado trip is his dating sim.
Oh my. Yo,
Yes.
so speaking of Ed trying to kiss every boy, so I have a friend.
please.
I have a good friend of mine who's been a friend of mine for several years. His name is Ahmad. He's from California. He's 20, I think, right now. So Ahmad is
Yes.
20. He's
Oh,
for context, because there's no way that Ed could have known this. Ahmad is very well dressed, very handsome, great voice.
no, not just that. Basically, after the whole tuck sucking debacle, I was like, man, I don't kiss dudes enough.
No, okay, yes, that is true. That did happen. But also, for context of how you didn't know that this was a thing, I'm giving
Yeah.
context that no one would assume this. So,
Yes.
Ed, after sucking toes, goes, "Come here, Ahmad." Get that big brown face over here. And
I didn't say that. Go ahead.
Go on.
and they kiss on the mouth. And then the day after, we get
Not only did I kiss
You
him,
kissed
I kissed
me?
you
also Charlie.
and Charlie.
And
me.
probably Brendan, maybe David.
Oh, hell yeah.
You kissed a lot of dudes that night. But
Good.
so
Good
the
trick.
day after we get back, Ahmad reveals that Ed was his first kiss.
Yeah.
I did not fucking
Yeah.
know that.
Me neither.
Oh
Ahmad's been texting me nonstop. Are we a thing now?
What's
Or
happening?
when are we seeing each other
Yo, when are you
again?
gonna
He's
talk
like, "Yo,
about
you
kissing a
up?"
15-year-old in a bar? Just for context, you know?
When are we gonna end this
After-
episode? It's like
do
2
you want
hours.
to end on you kissing a 15-year-old in a bar without explaining?
Fine. God, I love children.
Oh my god.
And what happened was, God. I had a phase in my life where me and my friend Phil, we just hang out at bars, like late at night on Fridays, and we just try to pull chicks. And then after a while, we realized, man, we really exhausted the regulars. So we were about to leave after a night of none of us scoring. So I was just hanging out the bar, getting my last drink, and I look to my right, and I see a good-looking blonde woman. And I'm like, I haven't seen her before. Let's give this a shot. So we start talking, blah, blah, blah. She was also in the same school as me, so that's cool. It happens all the time. That bar area was like our Papa Morgan.
Literally,
why did I say Papa Morgan.
Oh God, I gotta
David,
leave.
cut out the word Papa Morgan. Change it to like Minecraft server.
Change it to Papa Morgan. Sample that. Sample what I just said and put it over Papa Morgan. Anyway, and then we're just talking. Hey, we made out. Cha-ching. And then and we're just talking, whatever. And then she goes, I gotta tell you something. And I went, yeah, sure, go ahead. You were my first kiss. And then as soon as I heard that, a lot of alarm bells started going off. And then I went, oh, which year are you in? And she said, oh, I'm in year 4, secondary year 4. I was in year 6 and 17, and she was either 14 or 15. And I went, I gotta leave. I'll see you later.
Yeah, but how old were you though?
He was 17.
I was 17. I just said I was
Right.
17.
Okay. Yeah. I was just to make sure you weren't.
And then I left the bar and I was looking for Phil, and I was like, we gotta fucking go. And then I find Phil, and he's talking to this girl, but I don't want to cock block him, so I'm just standing behind him, like really eager to leave. And then she fucking sprints out of the bar. She's like panting. She's exhausted. And she goes, "Oh, I finally found you."
Oh God.
Me and my friends are going to this other bar if you want to chat some more later on. And I went, okay, sick. Get the fuck out. Please. And then Phil's like, what happened? I tell him what happened. Then he laughs and calls me a loser, and we go home. And then this was a Friday. So like the days, like to do this after that was a weekend, we didn't have school, but the entire fucking weekend, she kept messaging me. Like, hey cutie, how was your day? Friday was fun. So are we a thing now? I didn't read any of them. I knew she kept messaging me. I just didn't click on them. And then Monday, first day of school, I get like before class, I'm just chilling in the hall, and I fucking see her out the corner of my eye, and she's doing that thing where like you hunch your shoulders over, you get a big shit-eating grin, and she like waves
at you
at
with
me.
her fingers.
Yeah, like the finger wag on. I'm like, fuck, I gotta talk to her. And then I messaged her like, hey, can we talk? And then I brought her outside the hall, and I went, yeah, here's the thing. I just got out of a really complicated relationship, not really looking for anything right now, but you're super sick. Friday was fun. Yeah. And then she took it pretty well, or at least I thought she did, because like a week later, she starts dating one of my friends who's also 17. And they dated for the rest of the school year. The end. Thanks for listening. Oh, he was German.
I was about to say.
Which could explain
German.
some of it.
Thank you,
please,
everyone,
it's
for
over.
listening to this episode of Please Stop Talking. Trelli, where can people find you?
At TrelliRelli on Twitter. That's all you really want to know.
Yeah, you don't want people watching your Smite videos or your Smite streams.
I don't blame them for not wanting
That's
to.
honestly, yeah. I mean, I was saying you don't want them to.
Oh, at TrelliRelli on Twitch too. But yeah, that's all you need to know.
Brendan.
At Brendaniel H on Twitter and Brendaniel Reads on YouTube. I got Brendaniel on YouTube. Either works.
Yeah, and Ed, finally.
You can find me on YouTube at PuckDuck007.
What the fuck?